All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakudash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom, Labakariam, Shah Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, while you out, enjoying your day, getting off work, you're assuming that you're going to wake up tomorrow and go back to work. Lord willing, we stay in the spirit as we wake up tomorrow. But you don't know what's happening over your head. See, this is the seriousness of what's going on. You hear the men out there preaching. The men been out there for 40 years on the corners warning you that the Lord is about to shut America down. You're in high alert. These are the warnings that's going out non-stop. And we know only the elect is going to take heed. See, I like this channel here, because it lets you know exactly what's happening from the east to the west. And you hear every day, I look at this channel every day, there's something more serious that's in the air. Another bomber, another doomsday plane. Like you have doomsday planes in the air. Refuelers in the air. Planes that can call the codes to the Ohio submarines in the air as we speak. On this channel, you get to see the planes going to the bunkers, Cayenne bunkers. The bunker that's in Washington, D.C. You see, all this is happening while the world is just moving on. They're not privy to this. You got to always thank Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, for bringing us into this truth. And thank you, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the Water Father, for choosing me to watch right now. So we got to, remain on our watch. And when we on, remember, it's the spirit that got us watching. I'm going to get right into this video. It's not us, the Holy Spirit got us watching these things like this, seeing what's happening, finding out channels, going into the international news, looking at the domestic news, keeping our eyes on Og, keeping our eyes on Babylon. All this is through the Holy Spirit. We got to keep praising, because without the Holy Spirit, we dead. We just like everybody else. Just another worthless human being walking up and down the earth, taking up space, man. This is Mark 3. Let me go here to the blue letter real quick. I'm just touch on a few scriptures about watching, because this is a very serious thing. And in the car at the camp, me and the Ak, we was in the car, and we thought we saw like a gigantic ship coming towards us. Then we laughed it off as it got closer. It really looked like a ship transforming, man. It was so big, but it's coming out of Newark Airport. And we kind of just shrugged it off and laughed, and then the Og made a statement. He said, man, what this shows? We just on our watch. We watching everything. I said, Og, you right. And we got to credit that to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, who keeps us on fire and keeps us watching. This is, just read a few scriptures on watch. I'll punch watch in the blue letter. This is Psalms 102, verse 7. I watch and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop. Wow. And how them sparrows, he said, King David said, I'm a sparrow alone up on the housetop. And that housetop, that would be this truth. We on that tower. Because we're really watching with these scriptures first. It all starts with the prophecies. Then we look into planet Earth, and the actions in planet Earth confirms what we're reading. So I'm going to read that one again. It says, I watched and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetop. That's beautiful. This is Psalms 130, verse 6. My soul waiteth for Yahweh more than they that watch for the morning. I say more than they that watch for the morning. David had to repeat himself because, those that watch in the morning or for the morning, it's a constant watch. But that's how our soul waited for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is Isaiah 21 verse 5. Prepare the table. Watch in the watchtower. And that's what we do. We stay in a watchtower. You know, we stay getting these lessons. And brothers are reporting from several angles. So the Lord got the tower set up in beautiful positions. Because when one watchman stepped down, he relieves another watchman. And watchmen, they communicate with each other. You know, you got to have certain watchmen set out miles further than one another, you know, to let you know how close the battle is coming. So these videos are going now. We watch each other videos. This is a beautiful thing, the way the Holy Spirit set this thing up, man. So basically, the men of the Lord is covering all angles, even what's going on in your skies. Even what's happening in your skies, like right now, what's happening in the skies. So it says, prepare the table, watch in the watchtower. Eat, drink, arise, you princes. Anoint the shield. This is Isaiah 29, verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Okay, let me just get one more. We're going to get right into this video. Yep, my favorite. Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And that's that sparrow that's set alone on that housetop. But let's get into this here, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, man.
What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now it is 14:19 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Iran. I wanted to update you guys on the situation with Iran. So interestingly, right now we have a U.S. aerial refueler that is looping over the stealth bomber base, Whiteman Air Force Base. Check this out. It was just flying very low, very close to Whiteman Air Force Base. That's the home of U.S. B-2 stealth bombers, which were famously used to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities last year. So I don't know if the Trump administration is preparing to bomb Iran. Also, last night, we had 2 aerial refuelers fly over Whiteman Air Force Base, also doing loops and flying really slow. And last night, we also had what sounded like a bomber radio check with mainsail, which is the dispatcher, if you will, for the primary U.S. nuclear war frequency. So bombers doing radio checks last night and multiple aerial refuelers last night over the bomber base, Whiteman Air Force Base, and today as well. We also had 2 presidential Doomsday planes fly around Offutt Air Base, which is the home of U.S. Strategic Command. That's like the brain of the U.S. military.
I need gas money, but I don't get paid until next week. What should I do?
You gotta check out the Earn It app. You can get up to 150.
And what was very unusual about that was that they were following each other. You can see they made this massive rectangle over Iowa. They typically don't do that. And one of them took off from Washington, D.C., and then the other one took off from Stratcom HQ. They met midair over Indiana, and they followed each other back towards Offutt Air Base, and then they did this massive rectangle, which is very, very unusual. But to have 2 of these planes up in the air at the same time is very strange. And even stranger, the fact that they were following each other. And these planes are for the U.S. President and the Defense Secretary, so they can command the entire U.S. military from the air if there's any kind of nuclear war or some kind of catastrophic situation. They're safer in the air than they are in bunkers, believe it or not, because all of our enemies know where our bunkers are. So in a catastrophe, they would be scrambled to the air on these Doomsday planes. They also use them to transport the Defense Secretary and the President and VIPs between bunkers.
Now, so you tell me That ain't serious.
And we have
That ain't serious things that's happening. More reason to stay on your watch. So the Lord said he's coming as a thief in the night. Let me get a few more on his watch here. Matthew 14:25. And in the fourth watch of the night, that's how the watches were set up, Yahushua went unto them walking on a sea. This is Matthew 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doeth come. But know this, if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. And that's a warning to all of us. That's a warning to all of us. Because you're going to just wake up in this system. You know, you keep thinking, oh, things are just going to happen, you know, one by one prophecy. No, you're going to wake up and boom, 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 boom. Everything is going to be breathtaking. You're going to need the Spirit to keep you on your feet. It's going to be one thing after the next. And tell you in Amos, like you ran from a lion and met a bear and got away from a bear and met a deadly serpent, giving all the praise, honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwatash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom.